Greetings once again. So I would like to welcome you to the third part of our online assessment tutorial. Through each on this part, we are going to discuss on some of the question types that are supported in quiz feature. Previously on the previous video, we check on how we can perform the basic settings. So on this third series, we are going to check on some of the questions that are supported, and based on this video, we are going to check how you can include multiple choices questions and how you can include true or false question. Later on the other video, we are going to check on how you can do the rest of the question, from short answers, long answers, matching item, and math type question. So let's go together in this. And again we are going to get back to our course, and just before you do anything, make sure you are in your course and you turn the editing on as we did previously. It will take some time to load, and it will give you the capacity to edit on your course. So if you remember, we were on the quiz, we added the quiz number 3, and we did some basic settings. So at this moment, we are going to add some question to our quiz. So for instance, let me open this quiz in another tab. So this is how my quiz will be displayed, the information, the number of attempts, when the quiz will be open and when the quiz will close. As well, also it will tell me that to attempt this quiz, it will require a password. As we remember, on the basic settings, we set a password, the time limit, and the grading method. Then it will prompt me with an error that no question have been added yet. So I need to add some questions. So I can disable this, then I'll click edit quiz. Then this is how it will, after clicking the button of edit quiz, this is the window that it will open. So this window allows me to add some question, and the first question, I have the select multiple items, so I can click on this part, or I can cancel this part. So what I need to add a question. So I'll click on this, the add icon here. So I can click this, then I'll select on a new question with a plus sign with a new question, meaning that add a new question. So if I click the add a new question, I have a range of this question. I have types of different questions: multiple choice, true and false, short answers, numerical, calculated, and a number, the essay type questions, and something like that. So we said that we are going to start with multiple choices and true and false. So I'll select a multiple choice, then I'll click add. So I can put the question name. Maybe this will be question 1. Question 1, maybe in brackets I can write multiple choice. Multiple choice. Then on the part of the question text is the place that you need to write the actual questions. Maybe I can write maybe who was the first president of Tanzania. So this is my question, and general feedback is an optional part, but we have a place with a default mark. So if somebody will score this question, will get 1 out of the total marks of 10. If you remember, at some point we said that 10 reflects 100. So if it is 1, it is 1 out of 10, which it is. If we convert it to the total of 100%, meaning this is 10% out of 100%. So I'll scroll down. I can write a general feedback, which it is an optional part. Then we have this one or multiple answers. So you might be having a question with multiple answers, maybe A and B both are the correct answer, or A and C, but for our case it is one answer only the correct answer. And I prefer to use the shuffle of the choices, that there are some it will be a different view in different users. So a certain user might see the correct answer as C, and the other user might see the correct answer as A, but the answer remains to be correct. It just depends on the arrangement that a certain person views. Then number of choices, you can either select from the normal ABC in small caps. We have ABC in caps lock. We have 1 2 3 as a normal, the Arabic numerals, and then we have this Roman numerals or no numbering. So I can put a choice 1, maybe Honorable Honorable Julius Kambarage Nyerere. And if this is the correct answer, I need to give a grade of the total grade of 100%. And if somebody scores this, maybe I can say excellent. Then I can put a second choice, maybe Honorable Ali Hassan Mwinyi. And since this is not a correct answer, I just leave the grade none. So if somebody selects Honorable Ali Hassan Mwinyi, which it is not the correct answer, that person won't get any grade. Then I can go for choice number 3. Maybe I write Honorable Benjamin Mkapa. Then since it's not a correct answer, I'll leave it at none, and the feedback I won't write anything. The fourth, it will be Honorable Dr. Jakaya Mrisho Kikwete. Since it's not a correct answer also, I'll leave it, the feedback and the rest. Then the fifth option, I write Honorable Dr. John Pombe Magufuli. So if, for instance, if it happens I have another fields, maybe another selection or choices, I can just click add blanks for 3 more choices, and it will give me another 3 places to put an answer. So basically this is how you can set a multiple choice questions. And you can also check this combined feedback. So I'll just leave them as they are. Then we have multiple tries. It depends. If somebody is, you can also put the multiple tries, but I prefer to leave it in a default. Then if you have tags and whatever, you can also add. So if I'm done with my question, I can just click Save Changes. And we have managed to add a multiple choice question. So again, if I want to add another question, which it is, maybe let's say let's add for a true and false question. So I click add, then a new question, then true and false. Then the question name, I can just write question 2. This is true and false question, true or false question. Then I can write is Mount Kilimanjaro in Arusha, Tanzania. Then I can put extra information, answer true or false. So the default mark is 1. I'll leave it in that way. So based on this question, you need to provide the correct answer. So for the case of this, the correct answer is false. So I'll scroll down here. Then the correct answer, you can select here either if it is false or true. For this case, the correct answer is false. And you can say feedback for the response when true, maybe try again. For this question, if somebody respond true, it means that that person has failed. Then if somebody has replied false, it means that that person has managed to attempt this question. So I can write excellent. So basically, I'll be done with setting my question on the true and false question. So otherwise I can click save changes. So I've managed to add like 2 questions, and let me see how do they, let me try to see how can I see them. So I've opened my quiz and I can click attempt the quiz. If the quiz will require a password, I remember I put 1 2 3 4 5 6. Then I can click start attempt. Then maybe who was the first president of Tanzania? Maybe let me say D, Julius Kamau. Maybe C. And then is Mount Kilimanjaro in Arusha, Tanzania? Let me say false. So I'm done. I can click finish attempt. Then I have this, it gives me the feedback that if my answer is saved, and also it tells me that if my time has left, and also I can return to attempt. Otherwise I can submit all and finish. Once you will no longer be able to change your answer for this attempt, so I can submit and finish. So I get the feedback that I started, the starting time, the state it is finished, the completion on Monday, time taken 50 seconds, marks 1 out of 2, grade 5 out of 10, meaning that I've scored 50%, feedback good. And then this is the question that I've got a mistake, and I also get a feedback of the correct answer, and the answer that I've got false. And then also I get the feedback that this is the correct answer. So basically that's how we can add multiple choices, and how we can add true and false question. Thank you. We are going to proceed to the second video, to the fourth video in fact, which will show other questions. So thank you, and let you join me in a coming video. Thank you.